Gentlemen, May the 4th be with you. Let's get that out of the way first. And we are going, and I got something special for you guys point today with these gorgeous 2005 graphics. Today I'm going to rank, okay, cool. I completely forgot about that. Anyways, today I'm going to rank every Star Wars movie except the anthologies. We're just going to do episodes 1 through 9. Because I just want to do the Skywalker saga. I don't feel like putting the anthologies in there, so you won't see Rogue One or Solo on the list. Just know I'm gonna put one pretty high and I'm gonna put the other one pretty low. And while I do that, I'm gonna try to not lose my mind while playing one of the greatest Star Wars games ever conceived by mankind. Okay, this is gonna be a new style of video for me because I don't know how I'm gonna do this because I'm gonna be stuck. Playing this while thinking also, and I can't multitask. I really can't, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. So here we go, ranking Star Wars episodes 1 through 9. Let's get into it. Starting off at the very bottom of the list, at number 9, what I have ranked as the worst Star Wars movie. It's Star Wars Episode 9. I mean, let's be real here. God, it's a jihad clanker. Die, 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 die. Oh my god, that took way longer than it needed to. Okay. Anyways, yeah, all the way at the bottom of the ranking, we have Star Wars Episode 9. You know when the movie's #1 line that people make fun of for is, quote, somehow Palpatine returned? You know you f***ed up beyond measure. I bet J.J. Abrams was in the writer's room just clapping and, you know, just like high-fiving everyone like, hell yeah, Brett, we did it. We brought back Palpatine because nobody's gonna come watch this movie unless he's in it. And Palpatine was great in it. Not storyline-wise, more so acting-wise. The rest of the movie wasn't. For the first 30 minutes, I genuinely did not know what was going on. I almost up and left the theater like 10 times when I saw it. The movie is just bad. You don't need to hear me complain about it for another 50 minutes like every other asshole on YouTube has already done. This little bitch is camping back here. You little Sergeant Tits. Not to mention the fact that this movie just sidelines every character from The Force Awakens. Kylo Ren is... I don't know how to describe him in this movie. He's good and he's also bad. I can't. And then Luke's hypocrisy when Rey throws the lightsaber in the X-Wing. I can't. This movie is just so bad, dude. I can't sit here and defend it. The craziest thing to me is, I remember, I went to Target one time and I was in the Star Wars section. This kid randomly starts talking to me. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, you know, hey buddy, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? He says the most recent one. I said, The Rise of Skywalker? He said yes. And now, did I have to fight every instinct in my body to not kick him in his head, slam him, make him bite the curb? Absolutely. As much as I wanted to do that, I couldn't do it. Because I'd go to jail. I wouldn't have a YouTube channel right now if that happened. But at the end of the day, you know, it's Star Wars. I'm not gonna sit here and tell some kid that, you know, he can't like the movie because I don't like it, you know? It's the same way I was with the prequels when I was growing up. You know, I defended the prequels with my life, and if he wants to sit there and defend the sequels, that's completely his choice. I'm just saying, this movie is easily the worst. I genuinely can't, like, I don't know what more to say about this movie. Let's face it, it's just horrible. Moving on to number 8 on the list, we have The Last Jedi. Now, the reason I put The Last Jedi above Rise of Skywalker is because I actually don't know, honestly. I just think I hate The Rise of Skywalker more because of the ending. I'm Rey Skywalker head ass. Like, I still can't believe that's how they ended the movie. But The Last Jedi, for me, it's just bad. You know, and maybe because I hate Rian Johnson less than I hate J.J. Abrams, because J.J. Abrams is arguably the spawn of Satan. The man does not know how to direct a movie. Let's face it, the only reason The Force Awakens was even a success is because he just straight up copied A New Hope, but we'll get to that when we get to that. The Last Jedi is just horrible. You know, they ruined Luke Skywalker as a character. The plot with the Resistance being chased by the First Order is so goddamn boring. I damn near fell asleep when it was happening. The movie completely sidelined and just ruined Finn as a character, especially with the whole Canto Bight arc. Let's never forget casinos in Star Wars exist. As cool as that is, I didn't want to see it in this movie. And this movie is just so goddamn cringe every time I watched it, which was a total of like 5 times. Around the 5th time, I said to myself, why do I keep doing this? It's not good. Now again, people love what they love. I'm not here to tell you you can't like this movie. If you want to like this movie, by all means like the movie. But don't sit here and pretend like it's good. You know what I mean? Like, I'm still a big fan of The Phantom Menace and Attack of the Clones, but that's more so because I can sit there and enjoy the movie. Believe me, when I saw The Phantom Menace, in the theaters last year, I could see exactly what people were talking about when they brought up the politics scenes. It was a mess. The movie also literally opens up like straight off the heels of The Force Awakens, and I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I know they kind of had to because of the, you know, whole Rey staring at Luke thing, but man, it's just that movie is just such a goddamn mess from start to finish. People have made literal video essays that are like 3 hours long because, you know, that's how bad the movie is. The fact that they also created Solo to apologize for the way they treated Hyperfuel in this movie also goes to show how badly they just fucked up. Man. Finn was my favorite character in The Force Awakens, and when I watched this movie, I was sorely disappointed at everything they did with him. Rose has to be one of the worst Star Wars characters ever created because she's just poorly written and is just annoying to watch. Like, oh my god. The ending as well, I don't know how Luke Skywalker can just, you know, create a perfect one-to-one recreation of himself using the Force and it being physically there while he's still on Octu. I genuinely didn't understand. I was mind-baffled. I was mind-boggled when I saw that. And don't even get me started on Admiral Holdo. Oh my goodness. If there was an award for creating the most annoying, obnoxious characters in a film, The Last Jedi would win every single one. Because let's face it, every character introduced in this movie is just awful. I don't know how you ruined General Hux. I don't know what they were thinking to do with Captain Phasma. They ruined Finn. They ruined Poe. Rey became just horrible in this movie. And craziest thing is, I actually kind of liked her in The Force Awakens, and then watching this movie, it actually made me want to punch a hole through my wall. And don't even get me started on Luke almost killing Kylo Ren because he had a bad dream. But you know, your dad, who kind of killed a bunch of younglings, they're still good in him. Just let him live. This movie is a goddamn tragedy, and honestly, I hated it then, I hated it then, I hate it now, I still hate it. I'm about to school some motherfuckers in some Battlefront. Hold up, here we go. Where are they? At number 7 on the list, we have The Force Awakens. Now, my biggest problem with The Force Awakens is the fact that the whole reason the movie was even successful and the reason people liked it originally is because it was just A New Hope again. And honestly, that was kind of what killed it for me when I first watched it. Literally, 11-year-old Elvin sitting in the movie theater on Friday, December 18th, 2015. I literally sat through the whole movie. I'm like, this is literally just A New Hope again. What are we doing? And this is where my hatred for J.J. Abrams began. But at the same time, I can't stay mad at the man because he did the right thing. You know, tensions were still high with the prequels out. With the prequels, people still hated them. They don't have the respect they have now. If you lived in the era, you know. And it's kind of like, okay, how do we ease Star Wars fans into it? Well, J.J. Abrams thought, let's go ahead and erase all of the prequels. Let's do that, and let's go ahead and create A New Hope again. Which, on one hand, I commend because that was when you think about it, it was the right thing to do. On the other hand, it's so goddamn lazy, it actually made me angry. Oh my goodness. And I walked out the theater, I'm like, okay, yeah, Finn is literally my favorite character. Stormtrooper, turned to the rebellion. Like, he's awesome. Without the context of what happened to the other two movies, I think they wrote him perfectly. He even held a lightsaber. I genuinely thought he was going to become the Jedi. I thought he was going to take on Kylo Ren. They were going to be arch nemesis throughout the whole trilogy. No, that is not at all what happened. Instead, we had Rey using the Force with the lightsaber, which originally, like I said, I did not have a problem with. But the more they wrote her character, the more they ruined her. I am out of ammo. Oh my god. Poe was also great in this movie. I don't know how I feel about them bringing back Han Solo and Leia. I mean, I know the saga has had recurring characters through the trilogies, like you had Vader and Obi-Wan and Yoda. That's it. Essentially, I'm dead here. I have no ammo. But I don't know. The way they were written, this movie was just a bit of a mess to me the more I look back on it now. But at the same time, when it first came out, I was so excited for it. It was my first Star Wars movie watching it in a movie theater. And I was so excited for it. And I walked out and I said, I just watched A New Hope, but with better graphics. Oh no, I'm putting all the sequels at the bottom pretty much. I mean, you understand how I feel about them. I'm not the biggest fan about them. I've only seen The Rise of Skywalker a total of 2 times, and that is because Force healing genuinely pissed me off. The Last Jedi is just a complete mess, and The Rise of Skywalker, literally every frame of that movie pisses me off. You know, Force healing, somehow Palpatine returned, and fucking the Death Star coming back and Palpatine coming. I hate it. I hate it so much. Holy shit, I fucking carried these guys, and yet we still lost. And then also, never mind, it's too much complaining. I can't keep doing it. Then for The Last Jedi, I mean, the movie has so many problems. My problem is a lot more with the characters. The plot is also fucking boring when you think about it. And The Force Awakens was good, but with the context of everything that happened after that, I can't watch that movie normally anymore. It just doesn't work for me. But gentlemen, let's get to the real movies that matter. Coming in at number 6, we have Attack of the Clones. I don't feel like I'm going to get a lot of hate putting this one here. I personally think it's the weakest prequel, even though I can still sit through it. Now with Attack of the Clones, I actually do still like watching this movie. Quite frankly, I like watching all these movies. Even though I just sat down and complained to you about The Force Awakens for a good, I don't know, 4 minutes, I will still go back and watch that movie, because at the end of the day, it's Star Wars, bro. You know, like, I'm not gonna hate the movie because it's Star Wars. I'm gonna hate the movie because it's bad, but at the same time, I'm still gonna watch it because it's Star Wars, if that at all makes sense. And that's sort of how it is for me. There's a lot of problems in this movie. Number one, the romance, the dialogue. George Lucas can't write love dialogue to save his life. I don't know what it is, it just does not hit the way he thinks it does. Oh my god, Allahu Akbar! Goddamn clankers. But there are a lot of things I could praise the movie for. For one, Obi-Wan Kenobi in this movie has a pretty good side quest to go chase down Jango Fett, who's trying to kill Padme, but is Senpai Dooku. If you know that fucking YouTube short, you know what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, I love the setup for it. The middle part is a bit boring. The middle part is a bit of a mess, apart from, you know, Obi-Wan and Kamino. And then when we get to Geonosis, the movie really takes off, because then we get the actual Attack of the Clones, which is sick. I love the Battle of Geonosis. Especially the Geonosian arena, everything is perfect. But it's just that middle part that really falls off for me. Some of the acting is good. I get this Hayden's first time playing Anakin, but again, dialogue and inexperience with playing an actual character in Star Wars did not help. But I can still applaud the man for trying. And also Christopher Lee as Lord Tyrannus, aka Count Dooku. How can you not love this man? Playing one of the best villains in Star Wars ever, period. Also, Christopher Lee is actually so good at playing villains. He's done it in Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and James Bond. It's actually crazy. And every time I watch this movie, I get so excited when I see him on screen. Sorry for the glaze, RIP to my boy. I can't believe it's been 10 years since he died. That's actually nuts. And seriously, Lucas gave him some of the best dialogue as well. And his connection with Obi-Wan, with him being Qui-Gon's master, was some of the best writing ever. And also, if you sit through some of Dooku's, you know, reasons for being a separatist, I mean, the man's kind of cooking, you know? Damn near, hey, I'd fight for the separatist if that means I can follow him, because let me tell you, at least he knows what he's doing. If he didn't have this goddamn inept army of the separatists with these stupid-ass, hilarious battle droids, I mean, who knows what this man could have done? I just got fucking nuked. Well, I still think this movie is good at best, but it does have a lot of its flaws. And that's why I put it at number 6 on the list. Out of the main 6 movies that have come out, it has always really been my least favorite, even as a kid. Even after seeing that giant battle of Geonosis, like, as much as I love that battle, it's not gonna bring it up. At number 5, we have The Phantom Menace. I remember seeing this movie for the first time in theaters last year. Oh my goodness, man, I had the time of my life. And then when I got to the politics scenes, I realized, okay, yeah, maybe I see what these guys are talking about. Originally, the politics scenes didn't even bother me that much, but when you're watching it in the theater after a pod race, yeah, you start to see the flaws in this movie. Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon is fucking awesome. It's so entertaining to watch. Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan. He played Obi-Wan throughout all 3 movies and the prequels. It was great to watch. Alcohol appreciator. Oh, I'm sorry, I killed you, man. It's just gonna happen. Negative 2 kills. Anyways, yeah, with The Phantom Menace, I love the opening to it, and then the invasion of Naboo is so fun to watch. Oh my god, oh my god! Die, you bastards! Sergeant Tits, I keep killing him. Son of an actual bitch, bro. I can't. Let me talk about The Phantom Menace, please. I killed myself. The pod race scene is also so cool. I love seeing that scene. Even if you are an avid prequel hater, you have to admit the pod race scene is fucking awesome. It's great. It was a great introduction. We haven't really seen pod racing since, apart from the game. But man, what a scene. I love watching that scene every time. I even have the diorama of it that Lego made, but that's not the point right now. We're talking about the movies. What is this guy doing? And of course, the final confrontation on Naboo. We get 3 separate battles, and we get, of course, Duel of the Fates. Not only a beautiful piece of music, but a wonderful scene where we get to see Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fight Darth Maul. And when I saw that scene in the movie theater for the first time, I almost shit my pants, because, you know, seeing it on the TV a million times is fun and all, but seeing it in the movie theater where it was meant to be seen, oh my goodness, I almost shit in my pants. Now, there are still some problems with this movie, like Anakin building C-3PO. I get they had to introduce C-3PO in some way, but I feel like that could have been done way better. I don't know why Darth Vader had to build C-3PO. Also, are you an angel? Again, I don't get it. Jar Jar may not be the best character, but did Ahmed Best deserve death threats because of his portrayal of him? Absolutely not. I'm glad as a community now we can respect Ahmed Best, and whoever told him to die, whoever was sending him death threats, I mean, you gotta get your priorities straight, my guy. Another problem with this movie I have is the midichlorians. I don't feel like midichlorians needed to be explained. I feel like explaining the Force could have been done better, but, you know, this is George Lucas, so I'm not going to argue with the man who created the damn thing. If he felt midichlorians needed to be introduced, then by all means, who else is going to know more about the source material than the guy who created it? Also, the politics scenes, they can drag on a bit, but, I mean, seeing Palpatine do all this manipulation early on, it also kind of does help with the twist we get in Revenge of the Sith. So, I mean, depending on how you look at it, it's nice, but at the same time, we're here for Star Wars, man. And that's not to say Star Wars has never been political before. It absolutely has. Also, another problem I have is if Padme is the, like, real queen of Naboo, then why is she going out there instead of the decoy? Why does anybody... Why do any of the handmaids have to, like, go out there in the first place on Tatooine? That never made sense to me. But I guess Anakin had to meet her some way, so they had to write that into the plot. But why do you send the real one? And why is the real one taking orders from the decoy? I don't know. Oh, to God, they don't copyright me for the Star Wars music, guys. I try to turn it down as much as possible. This lobby is dead. I think I'm gonna back out. But that's about it for Phantom Menace. I do still appreciate this movie and all, but I mean, what are we on, 4? We have episode 4, coincidentally. My least favorite of the original trilogy. And don't worry, I have good reason for that. It's not because this movie is bad by any means. Absolutely not. It's the first Star Wars movie. Let's be real now. What actually is going on in this lobby right now? It's more so with the fact that I feel more strongly about episodes 5 and 6 than I do about 4. Everything about this movie is fantastic, though. Like, with these next 4 movies coming up, I literally have nothing bad to say about them. Seriously. A New Hope is great and all, and I guess one problem I would have with it is the Tatooine scenes. I feel like sometimes they do drag on a bit too long. I get it's very important for the plot because we are being introduced to all these characters and all, but every time I go back to this movie, I notice that we spend an absurdly long time on this desert planet. You see, I was wondering why I was doing good, and now I realize why. All the sweats are here. I mean, what's not to love about this movie, dude? The opening scene... Oh, I threw a fucking grenade at myself. The opening scene with the Star Destroyer chasing down the Tantive 4, being introduced to our 2 favorite droids and our princess. Everything was fantastic about the opening, and seeing Darth Vader for the first time in this movie is also an absolute treat. But this movie really speeds up once we meet Han and Chewie and then go to the Death Star. That's where this movie really shines, in my opinion, along with the trench run we get at the end. That Vader fight with Obi-Wan, granted, it's not the best when it comes to choreography and stuff. It's one of the slower fights in the trilogy, in the entire saga for that matter, but it's still great to see. Little piece of shit, bro. I can't hit him. I can't hit him to say I can't hit him. I mean, yeah, dude, that's pretty much it. Like I said, the reason I put it at number 4 is just because I enjoyed the other 2 movies in the original trilogy just that much more. Dude, I don't think I'm gonna drop a kill this game. I really don't. These guys are fucking crazy sweaty. At number 3, we have The Empire Strikes Back. I know it's not number 1 or 2, but I have good reason for that because I like the other 2 movies ahead of this one more. The Empire Strikes Back is damn near perfect. When somebody thinks of Star Wars, they're likely to think of either A New Hope or The Empire Strikes Back, because this movie is so good. We get to learn the ways of the Force with Yoda. We have the epic opening battle on Hoth. which is just such a pleasure to watch every time. And seeing Vader choke out most of his high-ranking staff because they had some failure is a boss-ass move that probably doesn't pay off in the long run. Little piece of shit. This guy's got the tech. Please let me kill him. Please let me kill him. Please let me kill him. Oh my god, he keeps dropping his health packs. Little fucking bitch. Little fucking bitch. And then probably most of my favorite scenes from this movie come from Cloud City. After Han, Leia, Chewie, and 3PO are hiding from the Empire, which is chasing them down after the Battle of Hoth, I fucking just blew up to my own grenade. They go to Cloud City, meet Lando, and this is where the movie really shines. We get the duel on Bespin, Han being frozen in carbonite, the betrayal on Bespin by Lando. Everything about Bespin is fucking perfect to a T, man. And of course, the reveal that Vader is Luke's father will be one of the greatest moments in cinema history, and of course, in Star Wars. And my personal favorite scene in this movie is when Lando says, "I just made a deal with the Empire that'll keep him out of this Cloud City forever." And then you see Vader when the door opens, and then Han starts shooting at him, even though like he knows he's not gonna win, but it's the effort that counts, right? Just like my effort is, because I'm actually about to, like, lose this game. But Empire Strikes Back is just perfect. However, I do have a better reason for liking the next two movies on this list. At number 2, we have The Return of the Jedi. What was, for a long time, and even as a kid, my favorite Star Wars. No matter what, I was always drawn to this movie for some reason, and that's because the final cross battle on Endor and the opening with Jabba's palace, and I still cannot describe to you what their plan was to save Han, to save my life. But this movie is great. Seeing Luke finally become a Jedi, and that fight over the Sarlacc pit will forever be one of my favorite battles in Star Wars. Then seeing Yoda's death and Luke finally confronting the fact that Vader is his dad and he wants to go save him will just be so perfect and a great way to end the saga and the arc for Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader. And the rebels are willing to risk it all to finally put an end to the Empire, and it's just so beautiful seeing it all come together. And how the Empire had a budget for a second Death Star and how they were able to build this one within like 4 years since the events of A New Hope is crazy to me. I know it's not finished yet and it's not nearly as big as the first one, but still, dude, that's actually nuts. The aim assist in this game is fucking nuts. Oh my god. Now, a big problem with this movie that a lot of people think about is the Ewoks, and honestly, I could take it or leave it. I don't really care, if I'm being honest. Yeah, the high-tech empire that the rebellion has been struggling to go up against this whole time is losing to a bunch of teddy bears with sticks, but you know what? At the end of the day, that's what Star Wars is about. The little guy winning. In this case, the little animals winning. Yeah, I'm fighting. Okay, yeah, I'm ADSing with a sniper while the rocket launcher's pointing in front of me. Yes, I am a smart human being. Why do you ask? I know, dude. And then Luke's final confrontation with Vader on the Death Star is one of the best moments. Vader and the Emperor are trying to get Luke to turn to the dark side, but we know Luke Skywalker is stronger than that. And even though he does show moments of the dark side, he's fighting Vader, he still doesn't end up doing it because he realizes what he's doing when he sees his hand and his father's hand. And then the Death Star blowing up, Vader, Anakin Skywalker finally fulfilling the prophecy of the Force by bringing balance and killing the Emperor once and for all. In my eyes. Kobe. Ah, fuck. And the final celebration just brings it all together, and it's such a beautiful movie to watch. Like I said, for the longest time, it was my #1 favorite Star Wars movie. But at the end of the day, and as I got older, I realized that there's a movie that I really did love more for its darker tone and for everything it has. Ladies and gentlemen, #1 on my list is, of course, Revenge of the Sith. For the longest time, this was my second favorite movie, but in recent years, as I've just told you about a good million times already, Return of the Jedi and Revenge of the Sith have swapped places. This movie is just so perfect. Words genuinely cannot describe it. I can't do this movie justice with my own words. But the fact that I sat in the theater and damn near quoted this movie line for line in this theater when it re-released, it just goes to show how much I love this film. We finally see the downfall of the Republic and Anakin's transformation to Darth Vader and his turn to the dark side. It's so well done in my eyes. It might as well be a goddamn steak. And seeing Revenge of the Sith for the first time in theaters was honestly one of the best experiences of my life, because seriously, wedding day at the bottom, birth of my future kids in the middle, and then seeing Revenge of the Sith in the theaters for the first time all the way at the top, nothing will ever beat it. This was such a good experience for me, and I loved every bit of it. So dead. He's so dead. He's actually... Yes, he's dead. The beginning of this movie with Anakin killing Dooku after the battle over Coruscant is so good, and that's a foreshadowing of him turning to the dark side. And then also we see him finally separate from Obi-Wan, and Obi-Wan not being there is probably another reason that led to him turning to the dark side. And Obi-Wan in this movie is amazing. Everything from hello there to I have the high ground, it's so perfect. Literally Obi-Wan's my favorite character, so of course I'm going to love this movie just as much. And then the Order 66 scene, perfect. I damn near started tearing up in the movie theater. And I mean, every little bit of this movie was just so good, man. And then my personal favorite moment in the movie and in all of Star Wars is the duel on Mustafar between Obi-Wan and Anakin. It gets me hyped every time I see it, hearing that music and then seeing them fight on lava. I love it so much. I want to marry this movie. And then when Anakin gets his limbs cut off after trying Obi-Wan on the high ground, and then the immolation scene with Obi-Wan giving that speech, "You are the chosen one." It's so perfect, and I actually started crying when that shit happened. I'm not even. I was a bitch. I was a little bitch. I started crying. And then Padme's death, and then the birth of Darth Vader. When I saw that Vader suit, I damn near shed a tear, because it was actually the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life. And then the binary sunsets kicked in, and I almost started clapping. It was that much. It was so good. The point is, Revenge of the Sith will probably be my favorite Star Wars movie for years to come, unless the Return of the Jedi overtakes it, which I don't think it will, because the Revenge of the Sith is just so goddamn perfect. I'm going to slam everything because that prick just had to throw a thermal detonator up my ass. Oh, speaking of Mustafar, so let's go ahead and give a quick recap one more time while we're here, before I finally put an end to this video, with the anthologies in there, because why not? Number 11, we have The Rise of Skywalker. The movie was terrible. It has way too many problems with it, and J.J. Abrams is one of the worst people alive. If I was in a room with Adolf Hitler, J.J. Abrams, and Osama bin Laden, I'd put 2 in J.J. Abrams' head. At number 10, we have The Last Jedi. This movie is, again, just another mess. Rian Johnson tried to subvert way too many expectations, and all the man did was just ruin every plot line that was set up in The Force Awakens. At number 9, we have Solo, a Star Wars story. I'm not going to talk about this movie in full detail, but just know I have my fair share of problems with it. If they were going to make a Han Solo movie, they should not have gone down this path. At number 8, we have The Force Awakens. It's just a copy and paste of A New Hope with a new coat of paint. And granted, that was the right way to go down, and the characters were set up great, but I can't watch this movie with the context we have now, just like I said when I was talking about it earlier. In 7th place, we have Attack the Clones. I love the first act of the movie. I love the third act of the movie. I do not like the second act of the movie. I don't feel like I'm alone in saying that. Either way, though, it is still a great watch for me. Number 6, we have Rogue One. This movie is great. I think it's perfectly rated. Everybody loves it. I don't see any reason to hate it. Number 5 is The Phantom Menace. This movie is great. It does slow down a bit when they do get to the politics scenes, but even then, those are still enjoyable. Number 4, we have A New Hope. This movie is great, but I do just love the other 2 movies in the original trilogy more than this. That's nothing against this movie. That's more so says a lot about me. I'm just a guy who loves the continuation and the conclusion of a story more than the beginning of it. Number 3, we have The Empire Strikes Back, a pretty much perfect movie that has 0 flaws to it. I mean, let's face it, I just fucking fell in the lava, god damn it. Number 2, we have The Return of the Jedi. This movie is fantastic. I love the conclusion of the trilogy. It's great for me. Luke Skywalker is a real highlight in this movie. And at number 1, we have Revenge of the Sith. The much darker tone of this movie is just amazing for me. It's pure cinema.
Have our flag.
Actually just blew me all the way to hell. Where am I? What is this? But yeah, boys, that's my ranking of the Star Wars movies. And I know this is not a traditional ranking video you'll normally see, but if you see another ranking video on the channel, expect it to be a lot like this. This was my first time doing it, and it's also the second annual May the 4th Be With You special, and I just wanted to share with you all my ranking of the Star Wars movies. Let me know if you agree with the ranking, let me know what I put wrong, let me know what I put right, and put your ranking of the movies in the comments below, because I'm always curious to see how people rank the movies. I've seen someone on Instagram threads put The Last Jedi at number 2. No one has the same rankings, especially that guy. But boys, that puts a conclusion to May 4th. This is one of the greatest holidays known to man. It's one of my favorite days of the year, and I get to celebrate my favorite thing ever, Star Wars, with you guys. I don't know how many people are going to watch this video, but just know, I love you all. Thank you for watching. May the 4th be with you guys. And guys, even if it's a bad Star Wars piece of media, at the end of the day, it's still Star Wars, man. We love Star Wars for Star Wars. You know, respect people's opinions, love everything Star Wars, and just because we criticize it doesn't mean we hate it, it means we love it. I fell in the fucking lava again, god damn it. Alright guys, peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.